I'm Mary Kayhoe, and I am an early childhood specialist at William Peka Old Post Road. Today, I'm going to talk to you about how I remain resilient and how I keep my joy in teaching during all times that teaching is challenging, but also during COVID, which makes things especially challenging. So something that really helps me is being able to clear my mind and get back to the joy of teaching that once got me started in this career. So I'm going to walk you through something that is a mindful practice that really helps me think about the joy of teaching that I have. So think about this crystal right here. It is completely clear and pure. And think about this as your pure joy of teaching, what really got you started and loving teaching, and really that pure thought inside of you that pushed you into this career. So I'm going to put this in here, and the bowl in the water is symbolizing your brain and your mind. So here's our pure joy inside our mind, and I want you to think about this yellow food coloring as all of your happy feelings about teaching that happen. Here's all of your happy feelings about teaching going on inside your mind. So really, these are those light bulb moments, those feelings of, oh my gosh, this is why I love what I do, those feelings of students getting it. So now I'm going to add blue, and the blue is a symbol of all of those sad feelings that you have with teaching. Maybe an unreachable student, the heartbreak that comes in, seeing some students that have some rough things going on in their lives, things that make you feel like you are hopeless and cannot do enough. Those things and feelings start to take over our mind too. That's how it gets harder to see our crystal. These things start clouding our mind when we have happy feelings and sad feelings. They take up space, and our pure joy is still inside there, but it's harder to see. So now I'm going to add in red, and these are your anger feelings that are going on inside your head. So think about, the hopelessness that's not sad, but now the hopelessness that's angry, feeling like there's another thing added to your plate, sometimes feeling the frustrations of our career that are going on. It's harder and harder to see the crystal. These things kind of cloud up our mind, and they're just feelings about teaching. These aren't even the stuff that's going on. So these are just feelings clouding us up. Now we add in those thoughts and the stuff. So I'm going to add in the yellow. These are just the things about teaching. So, you've got your data collection, you've got your SLO, you've got observations happening, emails that are going on that we have to be answering, and new schedules that come out, and new teaching times, and groups, and keeping track of our flexible groups and our differentiation. So all of these thoughts that are running through our head now start to cloud that pure joy of teaching. It's another thing that takes up space from us being able to fully focus on the students and our love of teaching in front of us. Now you add in thoughts about your family. You've got a personal life going on, and although you're trying to focus on teaching in front of you, you've got feelings about or thoughts about your family, or thoughts about, your house that you have to get back to, or home. You have different other jobs and other things that are going on. So those things start to cloud up your joy of teaching too. And then during this time, we can't forget that we have COVID. So on top of that, when we're in person, we've got all different shifts that we're making at all times. So now when we're in person, we've got, are they staying 6 feet? Are there masks on? Am I being in close contact? And then you've also got the thoughts of, oh my gosh, what if I get sick? What if a family member gets sick? What if a student gets sick? But then you've also got that shift back to virtual learning. Okay, my schedule, my lessons. And so COVID is a heavy part that clouds up our joy of teaching. It's really hard to see our crystal. We've got all this stuff about teaching going on, and it makes it so hard to get back to that pure joy of being in the present moment of what we love to do with our kids. But I want to remind you that there's different things that you can do to make sure that pure joy of teaching comes out, to find those passions that you have. Because even though all of these things are clouding our brain, if I pull out that crystal, it remains unchanged. It's still inside your brain, and it's still clear. That pure joy of teaching that you have maybe clouded at times, maybe taken over by sand or buried a little bit, but we can still uncover it with so many different ways. So whatever it is that helps you love teaching, to plan a cool lesson, to take some time away, or to even throw yourself into something that you love each year, will help us keep that joy and to stay present with our students. So I'm Mary Kayhoe. Here is my Title I Together video, and I hope this has helped you think about your pure love of teaching.